He shall make war with the saints and overcome us until Jesus Christ returns. The prince of this world, thrust saith Jesus Christ. Jesus said, he must go. For the prince of this world cometh, who has nothing in him. So, as Paul, Paul called him the man of sin, and John called him the Antichrist. So, through, just like reading through the scriptures, I'm going to paint a picture. I'm in a painting mood. I'm in a painting mood today. And probably going to be a lot of weird activity. I don't know. Every time I try to do this, yeah, here we go. But anyway, no. So it's all good. Anyway, so we're going to do it. So we're going to paint a picture of the Antichrist, of the man of sin, through the scriptures. Again, I'm not going to use any psychobabble, and not saying that all psychobabble is unfruitful. I don't know what you use it for, but I'm saying in scriptures, scripturally speaking, psychobabble is vain jangling. But here we go. So what happens is this is when the transgressors come to the fold, a king of fierce countenance shall stand up, understanding dark sentences. So that when the transgressors come to the fold, a king of fierce countenance shall stand up, understanding dark sentences. So we're going to have a time, where there's going to be transgressors that's going to be trying to take over, the kingdom. It always goes to kingdoms, doesn't it? So the transgressors are, when they come to the fold, they pretty much ain't, right? Yeah. Well, a king shall stand up. A king. And I want to say this: he is a king. Now I'm just saying the Antichrist, right? Abaddon, or Apollyon, no, whatever. He is a king for the king shall do according to his will, and exalt himself above all that is called God or is worship, as he sits in the temple of God, declaring himself to be God. So this is in Daniel, and Paul says the same thing. So yeah, this is well documented in the scriptures. So what I want to say is this, okay? So we heard about the beast system, I'm sure, and so you got the beast, false prophet, and you got Satan, Satan, the beast, and false prophet. So they get their power from Satan. So again, anyway, I'm not going to begin to pretend like I know how all that works. I'm going to what I know. So the point is this. So here's the scriptures of it. All right. Again, when the transgressors come to the full, a king of fierce countenance shall stand up, understanding dark sentences. They will not give him the honor of the kingdom, but he shall take it anyway with flatteries. Now that is very, very, to me that moved me. It might not move nobody. Moved me. They will not give him the honor of the kingdom, but he shall take it anyway with flatteries. So I look at it like this. I'm like, wow. So when the transgressors come to the fore, a king of fierce countenance shall stand up, saying, enough's enough. But let's send them transgressors back. That's what I'm thinking. And then then you had people that did not want to give him the honor of the kingdom, but he come in and took it anyway. So that was interesting. So anyway, that's what. So anyway, he in his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. So I don't know what that really means. I tend to think it means economic, flourishing. I don't know, temporary economic flourishing. So if I'm right, then it should boom. It should boom for me. So yeah, so when the transgressors come to the full, a king shall stand up, saying enough's enough. There will be people that will not want to give him the honor of the kingdom. He shall take it anyway. So, and then, he shall start with a small people, and then bam, the world will wander after the beast, and then here we are. So then, and then you got, when you got rabbis calling you Messiah, it can get deep. And again, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm staying right here. I'm just staying. I'm saying there's a man of sin coming, right? And the man of sin is going to have great power. He's going to rule over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. Our world kings will bow before him. So he's going to be very powerful. He's going to be, very strategic. And he's been around, I think. I really think he's been around a minute. That's just my guess. The king of Babylon. Again, I don't know. I'm listen. I ramble sometimes when I'm even doing these films. Caesar, but mainly, the man of sin, because I don't believe that, they got a lot of Caesars, they have a lot of popes, but they got one man of sin. I truly believe this, and I know this, the prince of this world. And it's getting more obvious every day, let me tell you. And I'm not getting, of course, I'm not getting into anything like that. I'm just saying, I'm giving the scriptural facts, the meat of it. If we see a world king dominating, the people love him, the media loves him, the world rulers are like, it's a great honor, sir, and stuff like that. Changing times and laws. If you ever see a king rise up such changing times and laws around, be like, wait a minute now, this is something, this is getting deep, man. This is almost getting weird. But no, if that ever happens, that's what I'm saying. We got to keep an eye on it. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm just saying, keep your eye out. And he shall make war with the saints. Again, that's a fact. So, to Jesus' return. So, it is what it is.